Today's episode is brought to you by Sleeper, the dude's favorite place to play fantasy football. Enter promo code DUDES100 and they will match you up to $100.
This is the Fantasy Football Dudes Podcast.
What is up, my dudes? This is Trent with the Fantasy Football Dudes Podcast. It is week one, finally. The longest off season is over.
Less than 24 hours, man.
Less than 24 hours by the
Well,
time.
when you listen to this, it'll be less than 12 hours.
Yeah,
man.
it'll be game day. So it's game day. Jordan's wearing his jersey. He's ready to rock and roll, rocking the MJD jersey. I am joined by Phil, Jordan and Seth. Phil is not here. I don't know if he's contemplating on coming
Phil's
back.
in some mountain range.
Mountain range lost.
Not sure what he's doing.
Yeah.
I want to know why your autopilots say Phil first.
I don't know. I think I always go left or right.
Most
I think I go like this.
most replaceable.
Shortest to tallest.
Seth, you might be onto something there. I wasn't thinking of that. But yeah, it's week one. We're going to dive into all these week one matchups. We have starts, we have sits, we have the lines. We're going to do our picks, all that good stuff. Phil has not entered in his picks for who won each game. We'll let him do that later, I guess. So you guys want to dive right into this? So this is our kickoff episode. I think we're all excited here. I think I speak for everyone when I say that. So let's jump into this, I guess. We got Lions at Chiefs. Feels weird not recapping our week or anything, right? But everybody's already heard us on Mondays.
This is
No one cares about our week right now.
I'm
Everyone
excited,
cares about
man.
football.
Okay, fine. That's fine. All right.
It does feel weird, though, I will say.
We're jumping into Thursday night football, guys. This is kickoff game. We have Lions at Chiefs. The total is 52 points, and Kansas City is favored by 4.5 points. We have some starts by Seth, and we have some starts by Jordan. We'll go Seth first with the start.
We are
here.
loaded. We are loaded.
We're
up.
loaded on
So
Thursday night.
We're too excited for tomorrow's game.
Yeah. This game's going to be fun because I think everyone knows the Chiefs are good. Jordan is a semi-Chiefs fan, I guess you can say. And we're kind of a Lions pod here.
Yes.
With Trent, Phil, and I.
Hashtag one pride.
Hashtag one pride. So I'm going to go with my start since it's a one pride pod. I'm going to go as my start is Jahmyr Gibbs. But so I was reading when I first put this together, I didn't look at the necessary, the sleeper.
Coach speak.
Yes, the coach speak doesn't really help. Dan Campbell said, I don't know if he's a full workload, but I don't really know what that means because we've been hearing news saying that, not only receivers are vertical threats. So it's making me think, Gibbs going to be lining up in the slot. He might be lining up at wideout. Who knows? The possibilities are endless with these things they're saying. But also, it could just be coach talk, like Jordan's saying. But if we're playing into the script of how I think the game's going to go, I think the Chiefs are going to be ahead and the Lions are going to be down. And that means Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be in when the Lions have the ball because they're going to be throwing the ball a lot. So there's my start right there. Volume alone, Gibbs is going to get there for you. You're going to get what you want for him when you drafted him. So you drafted him pretty high as a running back. I think this week for sure you're going to get the value out of him because he's going to be in on the passing downs. And I think he's still going to be in the game because they're down even in the red zone area. Unless it's a for sure David Montgomery get the ball on the 2-yard line. I think Gibbs is going to be in.
Yeah, no, I'm probably, honestly...
The snap percentage is going to be high.
Well, no, this is the guy I'm most excited to play on Thursday Night Football. Gibbs is the guy I've been wanting to see. Yeah. And I'm excited I get to watch him. And
I'll either look really smart or really stupid.
And also...
I think you're right. So I don't think there's an in-between on that one.
You're right. There's probably no in-between. I'm either going to look really good or really bad.
Yeah. And also, we are live streaming this game. Go check us out on YouTube.
So if you want to roast me mid-game, that's fine.
Yeah, at TFF Dudes. Give us a thumbs up. Give us the sub. Okay, but yeah, Phil should be back, maybe. I don't know. This is 2 pods in a row. Phil should be back for the live stream, but it'll be all of us here watching the game. We'll be lounging on the couch, be a little bit more casual, be just, shooting the breeze,
be in the chat, be in the YouTube chat.
All that good stuff. So go check that out.
I know personally, I can speak for myself. I'm going to have plenty of action in the game tomorrow. So
yes.
Be sweating lots of different things. Yeah, lots of different action too. Yeah.
So we'll be at kickoff. We should be up and running on YouTube. So check that out.
Yeah, I think we all have some money in the game tomorrow.
Yes, there's a nice sleeper underdog play.
Yeah, let's get to that later. Let's finish our starts and sits, though, Trent.
So all right. So Jordan, what do you got here?
I have a start. And I know Seth and I kind of have interesting starts here. Well, I would assume. Never mind. I won't assume things. I haven't looked at the sheet yet. I just saw a name. I have a Sky Moore as a start. So we've had some weird Travis Kelce news. So Wednesday morning, Travis Kelce hyperextends his knee. Now it's being called a bone bruise. You have Jason Kelce on the podcast.
Sorry, I just switched over right there.
Jason Kelce on his podcast saying that he thinks that if they can keep the swelling down, he should be good to go for the game. So I don't really know, but I think at the minimum, he's not full go, right? He's going to be limited. You don't hyperextend your knee, have a bone bruise, being worried about an ACL tear, and then all of a sudden you're full go 100% 2 days later. It's not happening.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think this kind of plays into your start, but also mine. I think they switch up the game plan to go around who the players we're going to talk about.
So like, and I know like I've heard Kadarius Toney might be limited a little bit. I haven't I've looked for that, but I in my mind it makes sense to that. I don't want to conflict on Seth's play here, but that's just how I look at it. Like coming back from the injury, I know Sky Moore is going to be full go. I guess that's how I look at it.
Yeah,
I know he's full go. He's supposed to be taking that Juju Smith Schuster role from the slot last year. Juju had 104 targets. Like, I know we talked about how Mahomes spread the ball around a ton, and he did. But Juju also had over 100 targets and 60 catches. So that number, I think it's in the 60s. Sky Moore's supposed to fill that role. He's going to be the starting slot receiver. And we know Mahomes is going to throw the ball. We know that. I think the Lions' rush defense maybe a little bit be better than the pass defense early in the year. I know I saw one of their corners is on the out for the game. Emmanuel Mosley, one of their free agent signings. So I just think this is I just have a really good feel about Sky Moore. I was a big Sky Moore truther last year. I also love Seth Sky too. So I just think we see a Sky Moore game though. I feel really good about Sky Moore. And so I think he's a top 30 receiver. I think he's a flex play for sure.
Yeah, I have him in a couple dynasty leagues, so I'm ready for Sky Moore to finally emerge.
And if you have Cooper Kupp, I think Sky Moore is a fine replacement right there. You can fill him in your flex. I feel good about Sky Moore.
What's his ownership here? I'm just looking at this.
His ADP when Kadarius Toney got hurt.
He's at 71% rostered because you might as well want to check.
His ADP went through the roof.
Yeah,
and most guys probably have him on their roster are probably not going to start him unless maybe they hear what Jordan's saying or they hear that Kelce's not playing. Then it's okay, he's rostered, but now let's start him.
There's probably some people out there who have Sky Moore on their Cooper Kupp teams.
Yeah. What about Noah Gray? What are we doing with that? You don't want to touch that?
I like Noah Gray. I bet his anytime touchdown the moment I heard they took almost all the props off the board once the Travis Kelce news went out, and I wanted because Noah Gray's receiving props yardage prop was 10.5 before Kelce because I looked at it, and then I wanted to go back and bet that, but it went off the board, so I bet his anytime touchdown for small money. But Phil money. I'm gonna call it Phil money.
Okay, yeah, that's a good thing to say. Yeah, Phil money.
Phil money.
Okay, what other start you got in here, Seth? You got a.
So I know Jordan had Sky Moore, and I was looking at Kadarius Toney before I even saw that Jordan had Sky Moore, and I saw, and then after Jordan said, "Hey, I saw he was limited," I looked at him, and today they announced he's off the injured report, so he's listed as 100%. So take that as what it is. He did just have knee surgery not that long ago, so he's probably not at 100%, but I think he is going to play a higher snap percentage than we think, just because the offense isn't going to be molded around Kelce like how it usually is. So I think they're going to be running out with what they call 11 personnel, where we're running 3 receivers and not necessarily the 2 and the tight end, where you're featuring Kelce. So I think Toney's going to be playing a lot of snaps. And usually when Toney plays more than 50% of snaps, he contributes in some kind of fantasy way that is more than 10 points. Okay. And if you kind of take that away from his bad QB play when he was on the Giants, I think that is something that's going to help. When you have the best quarterback in the league in Patrick Mahomes, he's going to get the ball to someone's hands who can make plays. And I think Toney's a guy who can make plays. Sky Moore's a guy who can also make plays. When Kelce maybe not playing as much, I think there's enough volume for both these guys to be successful in this game. So if you have Kadarius Toney, I think this is the week you start him. And if I fail you, then I'm sorry, but I'm gonna die on this hill this week.
Here's the reality, and we should have said this before we went in this week 1, Trent. Week 1 is hard.
It is
We
hard.
don't know.
There's no, yeah.
Like, it's also simple. Like, week 1's also simple. Like, I think this week 1 is a little bit weirder. Just the fact that, like, Kupp's hurt, Kelsey's hurt, Kittle's, like, questionable, McLaurin's questionable, Watson and Dubs are on the injury report with hamstrings. Like, we got a lot of injuries in week 1, but the reality also is you're not, like, you drafted who you drafted. Like,
Yeah.
for the most part, you're starting the guys you drafted. Like,
Yeah.
when it populates in your team, like, that's usually who you're going with week 1 unless something crazy happens because it's week 1. Like, it's a whole new year. We can use last year's data, but does it really mean much? I don't know. We can make guesses. Like, so we're guessing here. We're taking shots in the dark. Week 1's hard. There's no research based like evidence for things. There's no stats based evidence for things. So it's gut. It's a lot of gut feel. A lot of like what we think's gonna happen. Where going forward, at least I will have like facts, like numbers behind the plays.
Yeah.
But it's just there's no numbers. Like I can use last year's data, but is that really any good? I don't know.
Yeah. And what is the sleeper play that's in this game? It's Patrick
So-
Mahomes, or is that still alive? Is that still alive?
No, so on underdog is the Patrick Mahomes free square,
Okay, and he has to throw over a half a yard.
half a yard. Yeah.
Okay. So there's your free square. So go to Underdog, enter promo code DUDES. It will match you up to $100. You can do some drafts, all kinds of stuff each week. We're actually going to do an Underdog draft at the end of this pod.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Trent, let's have a real quick in this game. I do think David Montgomery's interesting. I kind of like him in this matchup without Chris Jones. I like him as well as Gibbs.
Yes, Chris Jones makes this totally different.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think even though according to Chris Jones, he says they pay me tomorrow morning, I'm suiting up for the
yeah.
game.
Do you think he's just on his couch just praying that the Chiefs get gashed for 300 yards tonight?
No, I think he's a guy who just wants to get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we talked. I think Isaiah Pacheco's like okay in this game. Like I don't
want to play McKinnon.
want to play
He's-
McKinnon. Like
Seems like he's only fantasy playoffs relevant every year.
You're probably playing Pacheco, but it doesn't thrill me.
I mean, if the Chiefs are up by a lot, Pacheco maybe is pretty good.
This honestly, Kelce not playing this week, it might be like the best thing that happens to the Chiefs in the long run because one of those guys has to, come out as the alpha, and that's never happened.
I mean, it's very possible they split pretty hard too, though.
Yeah, but this really gives someone to emerge as the number one in the Chiefs' offense, and they've never really had that.
Yeah.
So without Kelce, I'm curious to see what Mahomes does with this and who really gets the ball because Kelce. He's been like the safest first round pick for years, and maybe age is catching up with him. I don't know, but it just kind of happens. It's football, right?
Do we want to do like a show play here, Trent, on the like a pod play?
Yeah, let's
for
do
this
it.
game.
Let's do it.
I don't know. Do you want to do underdog or sleeper?
Let's do whatever you got right now, Jordan. Like, what do you? Let's do underdog because we have the Mahomes square.
Okay. I'll sub something else. I used that already, but we can sub that in. Okay, so let's go. This is what I'm thinking. I am thinking.
You want to do Jared Goff over 1.5 touchdowns?
I made the play. Totally don't want the tail. This one hurts me now because I had Kelce at over a half receiving touchdown with Mahomes free square, and I have Amon-Ra St. Brown over 6.5 receptions. If the Lions are going to be throwing the ball the whole game because they're down, Amon-Ra St. Brown should probably have around 10 receptions, in my opinion.
He had like the last 8 games of the season last year. I think he had at least 8 targets in each game.
I think
and most of those were double digits. He only had like 2 with 8.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's going to have multiple targets over 10.
This is kind of what I'm looking at is the Mahomes, over a half yard, and then Jahmyr Gibbs over 7.5 rushing attempts. You think that's too? You think he gets over 7.5 rushing attempts? Seth has him as a play of the week.
Say it again.
So Jahmyr Gibbs over 7.5 rushing attempts. So you think he gets 10 rushing attempts? I feel like his first game.
It's possible. But if the Lions are down 21-0, like in the second,
he's not going to get any
the
rushing.
second, third quarter, they are going to throw the ball every play.
So do you want to go over 3.5 receptions?
Gibbs?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that line's pretty enticing, actually, to me, especially as my start.
His fantasy points are at 11.65 fantasy points. That's the line.
Personally, I think I'm gonna stay with I don't know the Gibbs props were. It's just there's just so much unknown with him.
I'm not super excited about Laporta. Rookie tight end. I don't know how much they really use him.
I just want to see.
Like how successful he is, right?
I mean, I know Jordan maybe doesn't like the rushing touchdowns, but he has over a half rushing plus receiving touchdowns.
What about Riley Patterson over 6.5 kicking points? That's a PAT and 2 field goals.
I don't love the kicking points.
Okay.
Yeah, the 6.5 seems.
So I do have. Let me give what I like on here, Trent.
Okay.
I can't use the Mahomes free score, so I like David Montgomery over 52.5 rushing yards.
Okay.
Josh Reynolds over 26.5 receiving yards. Patrick Mahomes 2.5 total touchdowns. You can just sub in the free square right there.
Yeah.
And then I like Sky Moore over 45.5 receiving yards. That's a 10x payout. Underdog, a little 4-pick. I think I'm going to enter that right now, I think.
Okay.
So what do we got here?
I'll do it with you. Let's all do the same.
That's
thing.
right.
So here, the Monterey St. Brown, only thing I question is
It's now at 7.
it's now at 7. And like 7 and 8 is tough. Like that's a lot of catches.
Yeah.
I'm taking Amon-Ra 7 receptions.
You're going to hit the
There's
7.
there's no Jamison Williams. Like I think he's gonna get force fed.
You
Like
think
he
you can
finished so strong.
You think you
last
can get
year.
8?
I think so. I'm gonna go Amon-Ra at 8. Man, the Chiefs gave up what, 3rd most passing touchdowns last year on defense? Like, because teams throwing them the whole time. Like, if it goes up 21-0, like, who are the Chiefs' corners? Are they like really lockdown corners that you're scared
I have
of?
to like.
Last time Patrick Mahomes and Goff played, it was like one of the best. Maybe it wasn't the last one. Remember that Monday Night Football game? It was one of the best football games.
The only thing that interests me about the Josh Reynolds pick is Marvin Jones is the clear 2.
Is he though?
Yeah, we don't know, right?
Yeah.
But they also Cleve Raymond also played a lot last year.
Yeah, I mean Josh Reynolds is going to be. I think Josh Reynolds is actually like. So he was hurt, but Josh Reynolds was hurt a lot last year. And if you're looking at Josh Reynolds the year before, he had a pretty good year. I'm almost positive.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Let's try not to go too much longer on this pick, though. But
This is a Thursday night
Yeah.
game. Like we're having fun with this one, Trent.
Okay.
We'll breathe, Trent. Trent. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's like 2 games with total over 50.
Yeah.
This is one
yeah,
of them.
it's just week 1.
It's interesting they don't have a line on Tony though.
Because I think they're worried about like what his workload's going to be.
Yeah.
So Seth, in 2021 with Detroit, he had 19 receptions, 306 yards, 36 targets in 7 games. Last year, I felt like he was hurt, but last year Reynolds had 38 receptions, 479 yards, 11 games started, 3 touchdowns. I don't know. I feel pretty good about Reynolds until Jamison Williams comes back. I think the number's too low. How about that?
Okay, so you got Reynolds.
Montgomery Reynolds, Sky Moore.
Mahomes, whatever. I'm using the 2.5 total touchdowns because I already used that square, the free square, but you can plug in the free square there. And then you got Div. I'll ride with the Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And you said Sky Moore 45.5.
Yeah. I will say on Sleeper, Amon-Ra is still at 6.5, just for what it's worth.
Okay. I might have to hit that one too.
All right, I'm entering that for some small money.
And I'm going standard.
What's
I'm not doing insurance.
what's insurance?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's not even a button, Trent.
My bad. Okay, what's the other button they have on there? Okay, guys, let's pick some winners here.
Trent, Phil's not here. We don't need another Phil talking about insurance and being safe.
I'm sorry.
We need gamblers, Trent.
You know the
Responsible gamblers.
Yeah, come on, Jordan.
Responsible
Come on.
gamblers.
Okay, who do we got winning this game here? This is a really big statement game here. Chiefs at home,
got
defending
Chiefs.
Super Bowl champs.
What's the line you got now? What do you
It's
have a
at,
line on there?
4.5 KC.
Game
Okay.
totals at 52.
It's gone down. So it was at like 6. It was 6.5 3 days ago.
Okay.
I'm gonna end up hitting the Chiefs 4.5. So I'm going Chiefs 4.5, and I got the Chiefs winning on the money line. Chiefs winning.
Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs on the
I'm
win.
going to go Lions just so me and Phil can really have some fun
I'm
cheering.
going to say the Chiefs are going to win, but go Lions go, baby.
Okay. All right. And today's kickoff preview is brought to you by Trophy Smack. It's not too late to take your league up to the next level. Whether it's a trophy or last place participation ribbon, go to trophysmack.com/dudes, and that will give you 15% off your whole entire order. So go ahead, trophysmack.com/dudes. If you go to YouTube, we got Seth's nice championship belt here on the table. The old Dino Dudes. We customized it. We got the brass knuckles on it with the Dudes logo. Pretty sweet belt if you ask me. So go check that out, guys. Really helps us. And hey, whether you hate the people in your life or you love them, you should tell them about the Dudes. We bring people together. The highest compliment you can give us is to share us. Remember, don't be rude. Share the Dudes. Really helps us out, guys. So let's keep going on here. We are now going over from Thursday night to Sunday games. Our first game of the slate is Panthers at Falcons. The total is 39.5, and Atlanta is favored by 3.5 points, guys. Jordan, you got anything in here? Is there any plays you really like here?
No. Pitts, London, Bijan, Miles Sanders. Call it a day.
Yeah, there's no Panthers guys I really want to play. I think you probably, if you drafted Drake London, you're probably going to have to play him, right?
Yeah, I think you can play Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and Bijan. Like the guys.
The guys that are going to win the game for him. I think Bijan will be fun to watch. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how Bryce Young does, in his first game. But I think the line's right here. I think the Falcons are going to win.
I'm hoping this is a good get-right game, first step forward for Desmond Ridder. That's what I'm hoping. I have a lot of shares in him.
It's a good first game.
Yeah, it's a good first game. It's a low total, though. Like, that's why part of the reason I don't want to play anybody in it, right?
There's going to be a lot of running the ball.
Yeah, I think Miles Sanders is okay. I think Miles Sanders is solid in this game.
Yeah, because the Falcons' defense isn't anything to snuff about, right? Like it's just whatever. So got an NFC South title there. Is there anything else we want to touch on in this game? I don't know if there's anything really worth digging into deep right here.
There's no props I really like either.
I'm gonna say Falcons win this game. Anyone going Panthers?
No.
I'm going to go Falcons.
Okay.
Even though, I could see the Panthers covering the 3.5, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go Falcons to win the game.
Yeah, I'm curious. Bryce Young's another guy. I'm curious to watch both quarterbacks in this game. All right, next game. We have a start in this game. It's Texans at Ravens. The total is 43.5, and Baltimore is favored by 10.5 points. I believe this is the biggest margin of the week. Jordan, what is you got to sit in this game, I believe.
Yeah, I got Dameon Pierce as a sit here. So last year, Ravens were one of the best run defenses when you look at rushing yards allowed and rushing touchdowns allowed. And honestly, Dameon Pierce getting a lot of hype this offseason. I don't see, I know he was really good last year, but we're talking about a team with a rookie quarterback. They're going to stack the box against him. And they signed Devin Singletary. I know it was $3.5 million, 1 year, $3.5 million contract. It's not nothing. It's not a lot, but it's also not nothing. They invested a little bit of money into him. So I think there's a split here with Singletary. At least some type of split. Even if it's 60-40, 70-30, there's something there. And like I said, I think the Ravens are going to stack the box. They're going to make Stroud beat them. On top of that, this game is in Baltimore, and Texans are 10-point dogs.
The guy I really want to see is Tank Dell. And I don't know if this will be the game he comes out, but he said he has the list of all the guys drafted ahead of him. I know guys do that every year, but they say he looks pretty good.
Well, he's a stud. He was a stud in Houston.
The preseason, he looked really good.
Yeah.
He was a stud in college, but yeah. So yeah, back to Dameon Pierce. 10-point dogs on the road against a team who has a really good run defense. I'm staying away from Dameon Pierce this week.
Okay.
But
yeah, the rest of the game, what do you guys think?
I mean, Baltimore's going to have a fun game. It'll be interesting. Zay Flowers will be fun to watch. Just some new guys rookies that everyone's excited about will be fun to watch. But I think the Ravens just handle this game. They run the ball all over them. They throw the ball when they need to, and they win.
Go ahead, Trent.
I'm always excited to just see the new faces, right? Like Zay Flowers. I'm even kind of intrigued about Odell Beckham this week. I'm not playing him. I just want to see how he does.
Few things on this game for me. I think J.K. Dobbins is. You're obviously probably playing him where you drafted him. I just think he's intriguing in this matchup. I think it's a solid matchup for him. Curious to see what he looks like because he didn't look good at all last year. And then I will probably have some Zay Flowers on Sunday in DFS. Some in my lineups. Just a little cheap Zay Flowers shot. Yeah, I think the Dobbins over 55.5 rush yards prop is not bad either.
Okay.
It's the one I look. I lean the over there. Don't love it, but I think it's solid.
You're firing up your Mark Andrews, your Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the obvious guys. I just think on the Texans, like, I don't think I'm starting anybody in the Texans side.
Yeah, I need to see more. I need to see more before I'm willing
to trust that offense somewhat.
I think Baltimore is also one of your survivor picks if you're in a survivor pool.
You're right.
I think they're one of. I think there's like two. Honestly, in my opinion, there's two survivor picks. I'll mention the other one when we get there, but I think Baltimore's one of them.
Okay. Remember, give us a follow on TFF Dudes and on Twitter and TFF Dudes or X, whatever it's called. I think it's still twitter.com. So I'm going to keep calling it Twitter, even though
I think it's x.com now, Trent.
I would not enter that on your computer. It's twitter.com. Do not type x.com. Get off my Wi-Fi before you do that. Anyways, I am saying Ravens win this game. Is anyone saying Texans win this game?
Not a 10.5 difference, no. I think it's obvious the Ravens are going to win.
All right. What are you doing, Jordan? Because I did twitter.com on my computer today earlier, and it came up. Is
in
x.com?
the links we send, it says x.com.
Okay. I don't know. When I get on my computer and type in twitter.com, it goes to Twitter.
I'm sure they still both own both
Probably
URLs. So.
both. Okay. So
We're
everybody's
going to experiment right here,
Yeah.
Trent. X.com goes to twitter.com home.
Wow. Okay.
So they both work.
That was a close one. Okay, our next game we have is the Bengals at the Browns. This is kind of a little bit of a rivalry here. The total is 47.5. Cincinnati is favored by 2.5. You've got your obvious guys. Chase. What's the update on Burrow? Isn't he's locked and
playing.
loaded?
He's
He's
healthy.
good to go.
100%, yeah.
Okay. I don't love like Joe Mixon in this matchup. I don't have him as a sit, but like I think this Browns defense has improved. I think it's gotten better. Like Myles Garrett's always getting better every year. I do think Mixon will get more receptions this year, but you have to play him right where you got him. So
Mixon?
yeah,
Yeah, I the same way. Like you have to play Mixon, but it's like okay. Like I don't know. Like
you have to play him just for those 2 blow up games he has every year, right?
Like, I mean, where you drafted him, you're starting him. So
Bengals or Browns side, you probably got to start Cooper if you drafted him.
you're obviously
Yeah.
playing Nick Chubb.
This could be a game that goes over the total.
See, I feel the opposite
You
actually.
feel like it go lower?
I think it might go under. I don't know. I honestly I was listening to another podcast or a show. I don't know what I was listening to, and someone mentioned that that Cleveland always plays the Bengals really tough.
Yeah.
And now that I think about that, I think it's right. Like that's right.
Yeah, it's
like,
just it's a rivalry. The fans hate each other.
the Bengals have owned everybody in that division except for the Browns the last few years.
and it's in Cleveland.
In Cleveland. So
Okay.
yeah. I think the Bengals win, but I do like Chubb a lot here.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go with
I'm going to go with the Bengals.
I'm gonna go Bengals also. I almost think we should do these totals week by week so people get a little bit more crazy rather than the whole season.
What do you mean?
Like whoever gets the most wins per week wins the week, and then you could get like
Whoever wins
so
the
like
most weeks.
at the end it'd be like okay, Jordan won 10 weeks, Trent won 8. You understand what I'm saying? Rather than the whole
that's a good
season. You
idea.
know what I'm saying?
We could
then
do
when
both.
but then when you fall behind, it's like you're done. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it'd be better to just go week by week. There might be some
Oh.
ties for a little bit, but then you go to like Monday Night Football prediction or something. You know, it's just like the pigskin pick'em that they used to have in the local paper. I loved doing that as a kid.
So did I.
was
Trent, you took Cincinnati or Cleveland?
I'll go Cleveland just for fun. Week 1.
Seth?
You know, they're in the dog pound.
No, I'm going Cincinnati.
Alrighty, sign up for our dudes letter, the only fantasy letter that will make you laugh, make you cry. I had a little draft guide. It was pretty simple. It was a 10-round draft guide. Went directly to your inbox. Go sign up for that at www.fantasyfootballdudes.com. I will be delivering a waiver article what is waiver day? Wednesday? It's been a while. Gotta get
Tuesday morning. You should probably get that out.
Tuesday morning. Waivers clear on Wednesday. So Tuesday mornings I will be directly to your
Tuesday night, Wednesday. Yeah.
inbox. So go ahead and check that out. Next game we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Indianapolis Colts. The total is 45.5. Jacksonville is favored by 5. Gardner Minshew revenge game, Jordan. I know he's not playing, but sorry. Yeah, we have. I'm sure you guys have some Calvin Ridley plays. You'll have locked and loaded Sunday morning, whether that's underdog, sleeper, whatever, with all that other offshore, whatever it is. But what else you want to say here, Jordan? Just be still my heart. You're not quite ready. What you want to do, or
No, I like Jacksonville in this game. I think they cover the 5, but it's a little tough bet on the road to cover the 5. I wish the number was a little lower, but I think you're playing Trevor Lawrence. I think you're playing Travis Etienne. I like Ridley a lot in this game. I think you can play Evan Ingram. I think you can play Christian Kirk.
wait and see on Tank Bigsby?
I think you cannot play Tank Bigsby in this game. You got to see what his role is. And I think on the Colts side, it's Pittman and nobody else really. And I don't even really love Pittman. Like, I guess you could play like Deion Jackson, Zach Moss, whoever the heck's starting for the Colts.
It's going to be like a timeshare, I think.
Yeah.
I was more excited for Richardson when they had Taylor. Now that they don't have Taylor, I'm not.
Teams are just gonna like literally make him throw.
I am really excited to just watch him run around, though.
Yeah, I think we'll see.
I think this game could be ugly.
I think the Jaguars
First
might
game.
win this game by double digits, but
You see all the time he put in, though, on his day off? He was at the facility 8 hours, putting in that extra time, getting ready for the game, getting a head start. No, I'm excited to see Richardson. Other than that,
I think Seth got a really good number on the Ridley prop, but I think he's at 62.5 now, 61.5. I think that's fine.
Yeah, I got him at 50.
Yeah, Seth got him below 60.
58 or 57 and a
Yeah,
half.
which is really nice. Yeah, I like the Ridley stuff. Probably going to have some Trevor Lawrence stacks this weekend in my lineups, but yeah, I like this game. I mean, I like the Jaguars, obviously, so.
all right.
We all got
I think
Jaguars?
we're going Jags all the way across the board.
Jacksonville Jags.
Alrighty, next game we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to the Minnesota Vikings. The total is 45.5. Minnesota is favored by 6. I'm just getting too hyped up on the rookies. Like, I'm excited to see Addison in this game. I think he can fire.
Justin
The
Jefferson
Bucks-
is just so
yeah,
fun to watch.
Yeah, Bucks defense is pretty good though, right? Like, they're okay. They're not.
I don't think they're going to be.
They're not what
I
they
think
used
their
to
run
be.
defense will be okay. Their pass defense is not going to be good.
Yeah, I wasn't super excited about Madison, but I think he's gonna have a receiving role also. I'm curious to see how things shake up in that backfield. I guess you gotta start Jefferson. I think you can play Addison. Kirk Cousins is probably.
Do you
a
think
nice
you can play Addison?
I think you maybe
if you can wait, I think try.
Yeah, if you can wait, you probably need to wait.
If you can try.
Just with the rookies.
Like, I think in season long,
he's still
just
the
a
3.
weight.
He's still the 3 wide receiver on the depth chart, right?
Yeah, like KJ Osborne's there.
Okay,
and-
but listen to me say this though. I'm saying that about Addison, but then when I get to JSN, I'm like, no, start him. You know, I don't know.
I think you wait and see on Addison. That's just me.
This is
Just because I
Now,
mean,
now, if
Jefferson-
if you have Cup, maybe you're playing Addison.
yeah.
yeah,
I have some
Jefferson's still going to demand half the throws that Kirk Cousins throws. He's going to get half of the targets.
And Hawkinson's there.
Yeah.
And Osborne's done good things. So I still like Addison a lot rest of the season. I don't know if this is the spot.
You just want to wait and see.
I do think this is like one of the better Buck spots maybe we see this year, Trent.
Right. You're playing your Rashad White.
Yeah, I think Rashad White's awesome. I actually really like Rashad White in this spot. One of my favorite props just before the show got Rashad White over 47.5 rushing yards. I think that's on both sleeper and underdog. I really like that. I think that's like a staple for me this week. Rashad White and a lot of just different stuff for me this week.
Mike Evans
I don't
is kind
love
of intriguing.
Evans Godwin, but I think they're okay. Like, it's just like this Vikings defense is not going to be good. They will not be good. So I kind of like this game.
Yeah, and they still haven't done that was kind of their weakness last year, and they kind of bolstered up the offense even more. Like, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Anyone going Bucks win this game?
No.
All right. Next,
I can see the Bucks covering though, for what it's worth.
Next game we got is Titans at Saints. The total is 41. New Orleans is favored by 3.5. Derek Carr's first game with a new organization. Weird game, honestly, I feel like, with the Titans. I guess Henry's healthy. What Titans are you willing to play besides Derrick Henry? You gonna wait and see on Burks?
I guess D-Hop's okay. Is Burks playing?
I'm not sure if Burks is playing. I'm excited. Olave almost made my start of the week, but I don't want to just. I didn't want to just keep pounding the same drum. You know what I'm saying? Like play Olave. You know what I mean? Like I think everyone knows where I stand.
No, I agree. I think Olave's in play. I think Henry Hopkins, Henry Olave, you're playing for sure. Hopkins is in play. Michael Thomas is like borderline flex, maybe if you have Cooper Kupp on your team. Or like if Christian Watson, we haven't got there, but if Watson Dubs were to miss, is Condre Miller playing or no? Do we know that?
I do not know at the moment. Are you looking that up, Seth, right now?
Andre Miller is a do not practice today.
So if Condre Miller didn't play, they don't have Alvin Kamara. I think Jamal Williams is kind of a star. I think you got to play Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If
If Kendra or Condre Miller, I think it's Kendra actually. If Kendra Miller were to play, I think that makes Williams less of a guaranteed start. But if they're down to like, who would they have behind him? Jamal Williams.
I don't know, but Jamal Williams
It's
is probably
Kirk-
a pretty good.
Kirk Merritt.
Yeah, Jamal is probably getting all the red zone carries regardless.
If
in this game.
Kendra Miller's out, you're playing. You have to play Jamal Williams if you have him.
Jamal Williams will play almost every snap because the guys, it's Kirk Merritt. No one knows who that is. And then practice squad members Tony Jones and Jordan Mims.
We all know who Jordan Mims is. Don't say no one knows who that is.
I'm saying no one knows who Kirk Merritt is. Jordan Mims, Fresno State.
Honestly,
alum.
and Tony Jones has been the Saints organization for a while.
Yeah,
So
Man,
he's been a waiver wire darling in
Yeah.
the past, but I'm not falling for that again.
I can't believe we have 3 Fresno State guys on the Saints.
Yeah, and Hayner's suspended.
Peds.
Yeah, Peds. Let's not get into that either. I kind of like Juwan Johnson. Maybe.
Yeah.
If you're a tight end.
Tight ends are hard. I don't think about tight ends.
But yeah, if you have Travis Kelce, he might be a decent fill-in.
100%. I do like the Olave on sleeper 65.5 receiving yards. Hit the over on that. I like that one.
Okay. I'll hit that. Okay, I'm going to say Saints win this game.
Yeah,
let's go
I'm
Saints.
going Saints too.
Alrighty, game 8. We have some starts and sits in this game here. I don't know, I think we just got sits. We got 49ers at Steelers. Total is 41.5. San Francisco is favored by 2. A lot of, the talking heads on TV actually think the Steelers might get the upset in this game. Have you seen all that
Well,
stuff?
you can lump me in with the talking heads.
I kind of think so. This just mine. Bosa just got paid.
He's out though. I think he's
He's not gonna play, though?
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm
Wait, why is
Pretty
he not
sure.
going to play?
Is he just not conditioned or what? We not.
Has he not been practicing or even like conditioning on his own?
let me see
I
here.
think Bosa could play if Bosa wants to play. Is he hurt?
Nick Bosa.
We have a lot of 49er fan listeners, and the Niner. We got Brock Purdy back. We'll see if he can really do it. I think it's. And Kittle's not playing, right?
So he was not in the building with his teammates for meetings and stuff.
Okay,
I mean, he might play now. I don't know.
sure he could. Well, they have a new D coordinator, right? But I bet he played or he could play. Seth, you want to do your sit here?
Yeah, sure. I'll go with my sit. I'm going to go Debo Samuel here. I did not like Debo's numbers after Brock Purdy became quarterback, and especially after Christian McCaffrey came in. And I also think Debo got more runs than we are probably going to see this year because Elijah Mitchell was hurt. So I think they were doing a mix where obviously they have all of their threats are on the field. Debo's on the field. Debo's in the backfield. McCaffrey's lined up out wide where they do these weird three-headed monster attacks. And I also think Brandon Ayuk is maybe the premium receiver that like Purdy likes. And Purdy also likes throwing to Kittle. But what do we know the condition of Kittle? That's a little interesting to know too.
Yeah, we're still a little early on Kittle.
He practiced today.
Okay. So
Wednesday he practiced.
So Kittle's probably going to play. So I think Kittle's the number one target with Brock Purdy. And McCaffrey is also like a pretty big target that Purdy was targeting out of the backfield and lined up wide last year. I just think Debo Samuel takes a step back in this offense, is not the number maybe like the 3 or 4 offensive weapon on this team, and Jordan made him his dud of the year, and I think this week 1 is just going to show that.
Okay. No, I'm not high on Debo. I think we're kind of like, I think the 49ers are good, but I'm kind of an anti-Debo guy at the moment.
I think the worst thing for him, because we get that rushing upside with Debo, is that Elijah Mitchell's back, and he's going to be taking those secondary handoffs behind CMC, not Debo.
Debo is the 7th highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, which surprises me. 49ers have the highest paid defensive end with Nick Bosa, highest paid running back with Christian McCaffrey, highest paid fullback with Kyle Juszczyk, 3rd highest paid tight end in Kittle, and 3rd highest paid left tackle, and the 3rd highest paid linebacker, and the 6th highest paid defensive tackle. So they're paying everything, but their quarterback only makes $934,000 a year. So
and the highest paid DN.
Yeah.
So here's the update on Nick Bosa. Kyle Shanahan on the possibility of Nick Bosa not being available to play Sunday. He'd have to have a beer belly and be out of shape.
Yeah, I think Bosa's going to play.
I just don't know how much he'll play.
Yeah.
He's probably not full go.
I think the 49ers defense, I don't think it's a good defense. Fred Warner, Bosa, their D tackle. I have Najee as a sit. Really, I just don't. I've been a big Najee truther. And honestly, where your draft capital, you have to play him this week. This is more of a I'm thinking he's like under a 10-point game here because I think Jalen Warren's going to be pretty good. And I think Pittsburgh's going to throw a lot. I'm excited to see George Pickens playing this game. I think it's but I'm thinking Warren's going to eat up some of those carries. Is most of what I'm thinking. I think this is a good defense. I think the Steelers are going to have to throw.
I like the Pickens over 42.5. It was 42.5 earlier. I think it may be 43.5. I like his over receiving props. Don't love it, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm going 49ers win this game. Bosa's back. He's paid. He's happy.
I mean, I just don't know how much he plays. They're going on the road. It's a 3-hour.
I just don't think he has a beer belly. I think he's.
No, I agree he's in shape, but also he hasn't been with the team to get there. You have one practice. They're probably flying out Friday, and I mean it's cross country East Coast trip, so it's a lot for just to be able to get back on the. He's gonna be there. He's gonna be in the game. Just how much is he actually gonna do? I have Pittsburgh winning this game.
Seth, what are you doing here?
I'm going to go 49ers.
Okay. Next game we have here, last game for the morning slate. We have the Arizona Cardinals traveling to play the Washington Commanders. The total is 38 points. Washington is a 7-point favorite. This is our lowest total of the week at 38 points.
And a pretty big favorite, actually.
Pretty big favorite.
It's second biggest favorite of the week.
Yeah, we have some starts in here, and we have some sits. This game opened up at a 40.5 total. It has dropped to 38 points.
And it might end up 36.5, 37 by game time.
Yeah.
Wouldn't shock
Quarterback is Dobbs, or Josh Dobbs, right?
Josh Dobbs.
Dobbs. Those two messed me up. So, yeah, this is just the tank for...
I think we can freely pick any team against the Cardinals this year to win the game.
Cardinals were really bad against tight ends last year.
Cardinals are just really
they're just really bad. They're full-on tank job.
They're the worst team in the league
now.
Yeah, and I think it's going to make Caleb
They're
Williams
starting
stay.
Josh Dobbs.
Yeah.
For the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Not a 1-week filler. And if they decide not to start Josh Dobbs, they're starting Clayton Tune.
Yeah. So Washington defense is probably going to be the most streamed team.
I'm streaming him in multiple weeks. I knew going into draft strategy that here's some draft strategy. Get the team that is playing the Cardinals every week, and you will get consistent points.
You might want to pick up who they're playing week 2 right now.
I already did that in 2 of my leagues.
This guy's playing
Here's
4D
the problem.
chess. We're all playing
I
tic-tac-toe.
dropped worthless players in my roster.
That is wrong. That's wrong strategy. Wrong fantasy advice.
How?
Do not carry 2 defenses on your roster.
I know people are going to spend money on them. Might as well get them for free. Earlier.
If you have the spot, if you have the place,
I do.
If you're going to do it, week 1's probably the week to do it. But eventually, you can't hold 2 defenses a whole year.
Oh, I'm not.
And
doing
you
that
always
the
have
whole year.
3 quarterbacks too. So
That's not true. I never have more than 1 quarterback.
So Arizona, Jordan, you have a start here.
I have a sit here.
You have a
Trent.
sit here. Sorry.
You really think I'd start that guy? You think I'd have that guy as a start?
I had Jahan Dotson as a start, and I got mixed up right there because Terry McLaurin's kind of beat up. Arizona allowed the 10th most fantasy points per game to quarterbacks last year. I think they're going to be top 10 in that stat category again. Sam Howell just got voted team captain. I'm actually excited to see Sam Howell play. I think this could be a good Brian Robinson game too. You know, you might be able to fire up both the commander running backs.
What makes you more excited about Dotson over Antonio Gibson? Sorry, Terry McLaurin. Is Terry McLaurin playing? Or
He's
not?
beat up. He said he's going to play, but I mean,
he's beat up, and I think Dotson's good.
I think so
Dotson
too.
did some really good.
I worry about the lack of scoring in this game. Like,
yeah.
do they have to pass the ball in this game? I don't know.
Dotson's a pretty big red zone target.
But Dotson can take a 60-yard bomb to the house.
Yeah, but it's a good Sam Howell, like, get right, get ready. You know, he played some good games last year. Like, this is just a, you know, and this is what's his name's first game as OC, right? Binnamy?
Yeah.
So I think they might have some tricks and stuff right there like that. So your sit, Jordan. We got two sits in this game. Are we going to have to make a rule that we can't make Cardinals players sits anymore?
Probably. But week one, I figured that it's tough. So Marquise Brown also, after I decided he's going to be my sit, a couple hours later, he's on the injury report, doesn't practice. So I don't know. I'm going to roll with it. Washington was a top 5 in passing yards allowed, or at least top 5 in least passing yards allowed last year. I think they're going to be better this year than they were last year defensively. The Cardinals are starting Josh Dobbs. I don't want to play Marquise Brown. Like, I don't really care where you drafted him. Don't play Marquise Brown. Like, honestly, just cut Marquise. Drop Marquise Brown. No, probably shouldn't do that. But I don't think I'd be playing Marquise Brown at all this year. It's like a season-long sit for me, Marquise Brown.
Yeah.
Until someone other than Josh Dobbs and Clayton Tune.
Yeah, unless Dobbs just really figures things out.
Zero chance.
Yeah. Yeah, my sit.
They're just as good of a chance as like the Cardinals winning the Super Bowl and Josh Dobbs figuring it out.
I have James Conner as my sit. Is Chase Young finally back? Do we know that yet?
I
Is
would
he
imagine
finally?
he's
Is he
back.
finally playing? I think that guy's to be hungry, ready to play. I honestly don't.
It's a tough sit, I would say.
Because he's going to get volume, right? But if they start blowing him out, then what do?
They just dump the ball off to him.
Yeah, it's a tough sit. But yeah, I don't know if he finds the end zone this game. And that's kind of where James Conner, I feel like, makes most of his, all of his a lot of fantasy production. He's a red zone guy. At some point, James Conner is probably going to get hurt this year, too. That's kind of something that happens every year is the James Conner injury, especially when they have nothing else to do.
And that's just going to make the Cardinals worse.
Yeah.
And if James Conner gets hurt, then
James Conner should just, pretend he's hurt or something.
He might end up getting traded this year.
Yeah. He might be a good guy to target right now, hoping he gets traded. I don't know. Maybe you can get him on the cheap.
He'll probably go to the Eagles.
Okay.
Last thing on this game, Washington's the other survivor spot, I think, Trent.
Okay.
I think it's Washington, Baltimore. I think Baltimore's a tad bit safer. I don't know how much safer, though. Like, I don't know how Washington loses this game at home. It would be if Sam Howell was just an absolute disaster.
Yeah.
But I don't see that based on what I saw in the preseason from him. And Washington, I think, they're a better pick in some ways because there's probably a less likely chance of you using them again this year. As opposed to Baltimore, there might be other spots where you're going to use Baltimore.
Mm-hmm. Anyone taking the Cards?
No.
This is where Phil would come in and say, can you give me the points?
And I would say, I'll give you the points, Phil.
Okay, afternoon slate then. We have the Green Bay Packers traveling to the Chicago Bears. Total is 42.5. Chicago is favored by 2.5. Christian Watson kind of has a hammy. It's kind of
him and Dubs.
Yeah. I was excited to see Jordan Love playing this game. I'm getting less and less excited with all the injury news Green Bay's facing. I think you could probably play Aaron Jones, maybe, on the Packers side. Who else do you want to play over there? Superflex, maybe you're playing Jordan Love if you have to.
Maybe
I feel like this game is
Dillon.
so hard to pick on because we don't know if Watson or Dubs are playing. Like, I feel like if Watson and Dubs are playing, I lean Packers. But if they don't, I'm not sure how I want to pick.
I need to see a little bit more out of Jordan Love before I say I lean Packers. They say he looks good.
Yeah, it's tough in Chicago, too. It's a tough place to play. But I am curious to see how Jordan Love does. I think on the Bears side, I like Khalil Herbert, Justin Fields, DJ Moore, your big three. I think Clement you can throw in there, but I like Herbert. I think Packers historically the last few years have not been the best run defense. They've kind of been a little not very good in stopping the run. So I think Khalil Herbert might be in for a big game here.
I almost made DJ Moore as my start of the week. I just didn't
You like
want to
him
do
too?
it, but I think this is going to be the game that
Does
gets
this
involved.
total seem a little low to you? 43?
It does, but I think let me see what it opened
Or what
up
is it?
at.
I have it at 43. What is it now?
It's opened, just scroll down here a little bit. It is 42.5 right now.
Yeah.
It opened up as 44.5.
It's going down. I kind of
Just
like
maybe with the news of the receivers, maybe not. Playing.
maybe.
What
I think we could see points in this game.
do we have any sleeper? What's DJ Moore's line?
I did not look at DJ Moore.
He's another, guy coming back in. I wouldn't mind seeing him on underdog or
DJ Moore is at 6. Oh, sorry, that's season.
he's at 3.5 receptions is his line, and his receiving yards is 48.5.
Not bad.
I might take him on the
48.5.
receptions actually. 4
3.5
receptions
seems low.
It does seem low, and I think they're going to.
What did you say his receiving prop was?
3.5.
Well, who's the Packers?
His
corner?
yards prop.
48.5.
That's pretty low.
Who's
compared
the
to this
corner the
projection
Packers
right
have though? He's pretty good.
now.
Jair Alexander.
Maybe Jair's on him the whole time. That might be part of the
45.5 is, or whatever that is, really low though.
48.5. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that one. Honestly, the more I look at it,
I think I'm gonna put him in somewhere tonight before it goes up.
Just so everyone knows, Jair Alexander did make Justin Jefferson do nothing
Yeah.
that game. Justin Jefferson did nothing that game. Just throwing that out
Maybe
there.
maybe it's a little different though because you got to account for Fields running and stuff too. Maybe that help. Yeah.
Or maybe that just means Fields runs the whole game.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna say Bears win this game.
I'll go Bears too, just with
yeah,
the news right
I
now.
got
Bears.
Bears at home,
The home helps.
Soldier Field.
Mm-hmm.
It is Soldier Field, right? Yeah.
Yeah. For now, unless they move, I don't know what ended up happening with that. Next game, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. That sounds weird saying. Playing at the Denver Broncos. Total is 44. Denver is favored by 4.5. Got Jimmy G at the helm versus Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's coach told him to quit kissing babies and start playing football. Or, so maybe we see a little bit better Russell Wilson this year. I think you got to wait and see. P. Ryan, the running back there, is Javonte on a snap count. We aren't quite sure.
So I saw that they said, I don't know if it was Sean, I think it was the O coordinator said he could see Javonte kind of being eased into it, and then it'll be full go by the end of the year. But I like Javonte. I don't know. I think you kind of have to wait on Javonte. But like if you need to start him, I think you're okay to start him.
Yeah.
Judy's probably out still, right? He's questionable, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sutton's good. He's fine. I think this Raiders defense is going to be pretty bad.
Judy was limited.
Yeah, I think he's going to be pretty bad.
Still hamstring.
Who are you who are we taking to win this game?
I got Denver, unfortunately.
You have Denver. I don't feel great.
Reluctantly, I have Denver at Mile High Stadium.
You're playing
in Denver.
Devontae. You're playing Devontae Adams,
Josh Jacobs.
Josh
It's just
Jacobs.
those two. No one else. Please no. Devontae, Josh Jacobs.
I want to see how. What's the other receiver's name? Hunter Renfrow. I want to see how he does with Garoppolo. Say he looks good at practice. Jimmy G does know McDaniel's offense pretty well. He's played in it before, but it's not like I'm going to say play Jimmy G. I'm just wondering if that means
Trent, the
those
smartest
guys,
guy in the world, could know Mike McDaniel's or Josh McDaniel's offense front and back, memorize, genius.
Yeah, but who's
You
their
can't
backup?
throw a football, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. We going to see McConnell or what Aiden, what's his name at some
Aiden
point?
O'Connell. Maybe.
I like his stash.
Aiden O'Connell was good at Purdue.
His stash is cool, okay? I think we all could say that's a cool stash. Seth's kind of pulling the O'Connell right now. What's holding Seth back, though,
It's a wannabe stash.
What's holding Seth back, though, is he is a modern man. And the modern man is a man who takes care of himself. Manscaping isn't just for life's special occasions. It's a requirement. For optimal health and superior hygiene and healthy self-esteem, you now have the right tools for a safe and precise grooming. In hard-to-navigate, sensitive areas plus post-trimming products, we have the boxers on the table. They got the Lawnmower 4.0. They got all kinds of stuff there, guys. They got shirts. They got razors for your face. if there's hair involved, Manscaped can take care of you. So go ahead, go to manscaped.com, promo code dudes20, 20% off your whole order. Really helps us out. But like what I always say, what helps us out more is don't be rude. Share the dudes. If you like this pod, share it with a friend. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe there on YouTube also. Anything else we want to talk about in this Raiders-Broncos game? Sean Payton's back coaching.
Yeah, I don't really see anything else in this game. I don't know. I think Sutton's good. And like I said, Sutton, Jacobs, Javonte if you need him. Don't see much else.
I'm going to go with Raiders.
Okay.
Raider Nation.
I got Denver.
Seth, what are you doing here?
I'm going to go Denver. Broncos. Russell Wilson returns back to form. No, I'm kidding. But they win.
Okay.
I think Javonte will be fun to watch.
All right. Next game, this is one of the better games of the week. We have the Miami Dolphins traveling to LA to take on the Chargers. The total is 50.5. LA is favored by 3. Is this the highest total of the week, Jordan, or second highest total?
I think Chiefs.
Chiefs is 52. This is 50. So I'm excited to see both quarterbacks play in this game. This is probably going to be one of the main games on in the afternoon. I expect to see a lot of red zone plays happening here. Playing Herbert.
You're playing all your guys.
Playing Tua, Tyreek, Waddle, Keenan Allen. They say looks good. He looks healthy. Eckler, maybe Mike Williams if you're feeling dangerous.
I don't know if you're feeling dangerous is the right word.
You just think he's good or you think he's just not good?
I think he's like a lock this week.
Okay. Yeah, I think he scores. I almost made my start of the week.
I thought you did because you had him up there.
I go back and forth all the time. I mess around. I monkey around on this dock so
Trent
much.
shuffling in his head.
Oh, yeah. And sure, probably the ones I end up not picking are the best ones, right? I need to just go with my gut.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite props of the week is Mike Williams over 57.5 receiving yards.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite ones. On the Miami side, Tyreek and Waddle. The running back is interesting because I think Mostert might be okay here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
Like, I think he's okay because I think Jeff Wilson's out. So that just leaves A-Chain. And
Jeff Wilson is on IR or
yeah.
PUP. So Mostert, healthy, A-Chain and Salvin Ahmed both practice full. So
Yeah.
A-Chain's number 2 behind him.
So I think Mostert's interesting. Might be one of the only weeks you can really use him, but I like him. I like everyone in this game. It's a good game.
I'm going to go Chargers win this one.
I got Chargers too. I think Chargers have a good year this year.
I'll go Chargers.
Yeah, Justin Herbert has to return back to form. All right, we got some starts in this game and some sits. We have the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to play the New England Patriots. The total is 45. Philadelphia is favored by 4. My start of the week, what is Bill Belichick known for? He's known, and maybe he's not even known for it anymore, but usually what he's really good at is taking away your best player. We say that's fair. You not say that's fair. Has he lost his coaching since Brady's gone? I
just don't fear Belichick as much as I used to.
I always like going number 2 wide receivers versus Belichick. I'm going with Devonta Smith. I think Devonta Smith has a good game. Where you got him, you're playing him, right? Probably got him in the second round. But I think Devonta Smith has a really big game this week against New England.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch the Eagles.
And this one shocks me to see that this is a sit for you, Seth. It doesn't really shock me, but it probably just hurts you.
Yeah, it hurts me because I was pretty high on DeAndre Swift at the beginning of the season. I had him ranked higher than where he was being drafted.
It hurts so good.
It hurts so good, hence the shirt. I bought this shirt because Hurts won me the championship in a league. So the whole running back situation, they're keeping 4 running backs on their 53-man roster. And I think all these guys are going to be like close to a 25%-ish thing. Maybe Swift and Penny play more than the other guys. But I just, the snap percentage is the thing that hurts. I think DeAndre Swift can make the most of when he's playing, but also you can't guarantee he's going to get the ball when he's playing on the field. And I think that just hurts. I think if the only way this sit hurts me is if he plays 30% and has a giant run or giant run after the catch and scores a touchdown. Like, I think that's the only way it hurts. Like, I don't see any way he scores more than 10 points this week.
And you have Like,
I think he scores 5 or 6.
So I don't know if you guys saw this. You guys see how the Eagles did their depth chart with the running backs?
Yeah, by last name. So it's Kent Gainwell's up top.
They put him in alphabetical order or what?
No, they didn't put it in alphabetical. They did put it in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
And it says, and it's just one column, and it says Kenneth Gainwell / Rashad Penny / Boston Scott / DeAndre Swift. They're basically all considered first team. They're starter. Like,
Yeah.
there's no on the other one it says Jalen Hurts, Marcus Mariota, Tanner McKee.
Yeah.
And clearly separating lines. And this one's just all one row with those guys all slashed.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like the Eagles are just planning to make their backfield really unknown so teams don't know what to do when certain guys come in. And sure, that's fine. The Eagles are really good. And maybe they want their running back culture to be really good as more of a team investment thing. But for fantasy, it just makes it super frustrating. I don't think DeAndre Swift is worth a start this week. He's a sit for me.
All
right, what are we doing on wins here, guys?
On the Patriots side, Trent, I think the only person you're starting is Ramondre. So I just want to get that in.
Yeah, I don't
think there's anybody else. I have the Eagles winning.
Yeah, Eagles are going to, I think, go pound town.
All right.
You have Eagles, Trent?
I got Eagles, yeah. All right, next game we have the Los Angeles Rams traveling to the Seattle Seahawks. The total is 45.5. Seattle is favored by 5.5. We have some starts in this game. Jordan, you want to go with your start here first?
Yeah. So I really like Cam Akers in this spot. Seattle was a bottom 5 run defense last year. No Cooper Kupp. I think the Rams rely on their running game with Cam Akers. I know Kyron Williams has been getting some buzz this camp, but I still think at the end of the day, Kyron's probably the passing game back. Akers isn't going to be involved much in the passing game, but I think Akers is the lead back. I know for sure. I think Akers is the goal line back still. And this is not a game. What's the spread here, Trent?
The spread is 5.5 Seattle.
So it's not like it's going to be a blowout. It's not close if you look at Vegas, but
this could change too the Cooper Kupp news has already been out. So
yeah. I like Cam Akers here. I know you're not supposed to like dog running backs on the road, but I think this is a really good spot for Cam Akers. I like his rushing prop. I had this earlier today at 63.5 rushing yards. I like the over there. I'm just a big Akers fan in this spot.
Okay. I agree with that. I think Akers is going to be a league winner if you have him on your team this year.
I have Tyler Higbee without Cooper Kupp. I think that guy's going to take – I know a lot of people are saying Van Jefferson. I think Higbee could have a really solid game here this week on the road versus Seattle.
I want to say I don't think Seattle's the best against tight ends, but I could be just – maybe that's it for me watching games.
Yeah, and without Cooper Kupp,
Higbee Higbee had a pretty good season last year. I know Van Jefferson was hurt.
Yeah, Higbee finished his tight end 9 last year, so I think
it was a solid last few weeks.
Yeah,
for him.
So I'm excited about Higbee. I think you can plug him in and play. He is actually he's rostered pretty high. I was thinking hey, this could even be like a
Travis Kelce,
he's 55% rostered.
Yeah, so you could probably get
go pick up Higbee and
real quick, Trent. I know we talked about Travis Kelce a long time ago, but you bringing that up made me think of it. If Travis Kelce is active, are you playing him?
I think you have to.
I think you have to. I don't think he's going to be active. I think on the short week,
I think it's trending towards he is active.
Oh, is it trending towards that?
His brother said on their podcast he's going to play. He only has a bone bruise.
I guess he has a long week to recover.
They don't have to travel. It's as long as he's traveling. I'm just asking, if he's active, are you playing him?
Yes, because you drafted him in the first round.
Okay.
If he's playing, he was your first round draft pick. You have to play him.
I mean, there's still a chance Kelce
there's a legitimate chance
2 touchdowns.
He's a complete decoy, though.
Yeah, that just will put you on such tilt. Thursday Night Football. If he's your first round pick and he's just out there full, decoy.
And there's a good chance he only plays inside the 20, which maybe that's okay because you can maybe still grab a touchdown. But I just want to throw that out there. Thought it was a good thing to talk about real quick.
Yeah.
I have so JSN is playing. I kind of want to stay away from JSN and Lockett this week. Just kind of wanted to wait and see there.
I think that's kind of safe to say. See JSN's role, but man, doesn't that make you so happy that Trent is like?
I kind of feel how Jordan felt when he said Derrick Henry was going to not be good last year.
That's a good point.
No,
but
I think you can play him.
I actually had a couple good weeks of that. I looked good for the first couple weeks.
I know.
I think you can play JSN and Lockett.
I think so.
The Rams have 8 of their 11 projected starters on defense are rookies, drafted round 6 or later, or undrafted free agents.
The Rams,
Like the only thing I don't feel maybe comfortable at is maybe a Seattle running back with Aaron Donald there.
I don't think I'm going to.
But I think you can play those wide receivers.
I'm curious to see the Walker Charbonnet split.
Yeah, this could be a really good hey, let's get JSN involved game with that roster.
This game will show you right off the bat how the Seahawks offense is going to operate. I think.
All right, are we all going Hawks all the way across?
Yeah.
All right, Sunday night football. I don't know when this became a tradition. It seems like it has been for a long time. Like as long as I can remember, Cowboys at New York Giants. Like I feel like the Cowboys and Giants play week 1 every year.
This could be a really
football.
fun game.
I guess it's just two huge markets. The total is 46.5. Dallas is favored by 3. You're playing Barkley. You probably got to play Waller. Probably Daniel Jones. Dallas side, you're playing Pollard.
I don't know. So you have to play Daniel Jones. It just depends.
Yeah, I just think most people who drafted him probably.
Yeah, if you drafted him, yeah.
I have him.
I'm not really like Dallas's defense. From what I'm hearing, looks really good. I don't know if I really want to play anyone outside of Barkley and Waller. Really, I think I want to see
Barkley.
A little bit more.
I want to see the wide receivers. What that looks like. But yeah, I didn't think just Barkley, Waller on the Cowboy side. Your guys, CD, Pollard, Dak.
Yeah, maybe Brandon Cooks in a deep league.
Maybe if you have Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks are good. But I'm curious to see what Brandon Cooks, what he's rostered on Sleeper.
It's a good amount, I'm sure.
Yeah, it has to be. He is, 95%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cowboys fans, everything. So what do you want to say here on this game? Anything else we really want to touch on? I think I'm going to go.
No, I mean, I think it should be an entertaining, fun game.
Yeah, I have Dallas winning. And remember, we do got a draft coming up here, underdog draft, and we'll be back, Monday morning with our Sunday night recap. We may touch on some waivers, but we're going to save those more for Twitter and our email list. So anyone saying Giants win this game?
I got Giants.
Seth?
This is in New York, right?
It's in New York.
I'll go with Giants.
All right. Monday Night Football, we have the Buffalo Bills traveling to New York to play the Jets. Aaron Rodgers' first game in Jets helmet. We got the total is 46, and Buffalo is favored by 2.5. Jets defense, I think, is the real deal. Not a great first-round game. If you drafted Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, I think they're just going to put sauce on Diggs and stuff like that. I don't know if he completely mirrors or follows. Unfortunately, I don't watch defenses like I used to back in the day of pre-fantasy football. Start your studs. I don't think we really know what you want to do with the Jets backfield. Is Breece Hall? Is he on a pitch count? What are we doing with that?
I'm not touching that backfield.
Anyone you're playing on the Jets besides
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. Okay.
Rodgers maybe, but just Garrett Wilson for the most part.
From what I'm seeing right now, he will switch in the red zone, but outside of that, I don't think he does.
All right. I'm going to say Bills win this game.
I got Buffalo too.
All
Wow,
right.
he only allowed
He's a stud.
he only allowed 36 receptions last year and 418 yards.
Seth, what do you got?
How much are the Buffaloes favored by?
No.
Who do you have winning?
Buffalo Jets.
How much are they favored by?
Oh, 2.5 Buffalo.
I'll go Buffalo.
Alrighty, guys. Today's draft is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog, where every day can be draft day. The absolute best place to do mock drafts with best ball. Kind of late on all that stuff, honestly. Enter Dudes 100. They'll match you up to $100, guys. Go ahead and check that out. But we're going to do a little draft here right now. Just us three, a snake draft. Shouldn't go very long. And you just invited me, Jordan. Are you ready, Seth?
Yeah, I'll join on.
So we got a little bit of cash on here right now.
What is it? $3.
Yeah, just a little fun
Three
here. Just
person, little fill money draft. So I've never actually done one of these before.
okay. So
So
how
you get
Oh,
4
shoot.
players.
Did I screw up on this?
you already draft starts at 56 minutes.
I screwed up, guys.
Well, we'll just go with it. What is
This
it?
is a single game only one.
Okay, can we exit?
I think we can leave. No, you can't leave.
We can't leave.
We
All
can't
right,
leave.
Jordan screwed this up. All right. So draft starts in 40 seconds. We will not screw up again on this.
We can go. We can go through this one pretty quick if we want.
Yeah,
and
so
then
we're- so
we
this
can
will
do
be a
like
Thursday-
$2
This will
be-
Sunday one.
We
Jordan.
could just this will be fun for the live stream. Like I don't mind doing this for Thursday night.
Yeah,
football.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
okay.
Who's up? Who's up first though?
Seth.
Well, I think it's obvious. I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes. here,
Yeah,
but
draft starts in 20
It's
seconds.
super flex.
So you get 4 guys.
4 guys.
My bad, guys.
No, it's okay. We're learning. This is our first,
I
underdog
thought I
draft
didn't
on
do
the
this
pod.
one. I thought I did the full slate.
It's okay.
So Trent gets back-to-back picks every time, and then I get back-to-back picks
Yeah.
in the middle, and then Trent gets. So Jordan's kind of split up here.
Yeah.
right, Seth,
Go,
you're on the
Seth.
clock. What are you gonna do here?
Patrick Mahomes, baby, let's go.
Okay, I'm taking Jared Goff.
All right, I'm gonna go Amonra, and then what do I want to do here?
Oh, the Travis Kelce one's interesting.
I know that's what I was. Once you said that, I was like, what do I do with Kelce here? I'm gonna go with.
He's just listed as questionable, bone bruise. They're implying he does have
I'm
a
in a-
chance to start.
I'm in a bad spot here. I'm gonna go Jahmyr Gibbs. You gonna take Kelce here, Jordan? This could make you or break you. I'm
Break
very
you.
Lions heavy right now.
I'm gonna go. What the heck? I'm gonna go Travis Kelce.
Oh my gosh.
All right, what do you got here, Seth? You got 2 picks.
Yeah, I got 2. Man, Butker is like a little like enticing, but I think the Chiefs are going to score a touchdown, so I'm going to stay away from it. I think I'm going to go David Montgomery, and then I'm going to go down. I'm going to stick with my start in Kadarius Toney.
I'm going Sky Moore.
I'll let Jordan have that one.
Oh man, I'm not excited about this. I'm gonna go with Pacheco. And then is this my last pick?
Yeah.
We got any kickers left here? I'm just gonna go for complete upside here and go. Oh, I can't go Noah Gray if Kelce plays. Who am I kidding?
But you don't have Kelce, so you can
Yeah,
try
I'm
to
gonna go Harrison Butker.
That was smart. I was just gonna do that. I'm gonna go Riley Patterson.
All right, close it out, Seth. Shut down the club.
Who is Riley Patterson, the kicker?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for Detroit.
All right. Got the last pick of the draft. I'm going to go Josh Reynolds here because I'm going to stick with what Jordan maybe thinks is going to be something good.
All right, guys, we have a live stream coming for this game, and honestly, I think Seth's projected to win with 51.8
You're projected
points.
to win, Trent.
Oh, I'm projected to win. I was
52.
reading it from, so it goes opposite. All right, I'm projected with 52. Seth's projected with 51. Jordan's projected with 48. You kind of messed yourself up there, honestly, Jordan.
Oh yeah, I screwed myself right there.
Yeah, so just read the rosters there, right there. So Seth has Patrick Mahomes, David Montgomery, Kadarius Toney, Josh Reynolds, and you can watch this whole thing on the live stream, guys. It's be a lot of fun. Go check in at TFF Dudes, see our live reaction to the game. We'll be talking about the game. We'll be talking about other stuff. Phil has, a lot of catching up to do that he's been saying. He's sorry he's missed us. Jordan has Jared Goff, Travis Kelce, Sky Moore, Riley Patterson. And then I have Amonra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Isaiah Pacheco, and Harrison Butker. So that'll be fun. Got a little bit of extra gas on the game. We will see you guys during the live stream. If not, we will see you on Monday. And as always, take care.
This has been another episode of the Fantasy Football Dudes podcast. Remember to rate, review, and follow. For more information, go to www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. And remember, we are sorry for absolutely nothing.